neighboring countries, illegal immigrants from neighboring countries might pose to the constituency?
My predecessor, Honorable Moses Daniba, I thank him very much for all the good work he has done. When he was in power, he did a lot. Some of them included the provision of logistics to the police service, and then he got the police service to mount security checkpoints, not only on the Tumu-Leo stretch of road, but also on the Tumu-Bolgatanga road, where we had lots of robberies that took place there, and it resulted in several deaths. So apart from that, what he also did was to keep the citizens always, be educated on what they can do as far as security is concerned. And that has contributed in so many ways to ensure that the roads have been safe. You could talk about the fact that, I don't know where my opponent is coming from in terms of talking about the security of the situation. It's really bad. About 5 months ago, we recorded a heinous death that, perhaps would have, I think, appears to me, would shatter the hopes of several people. And that was Malik Nabi, may God keep his soul. He was a chief butcher. That's not too long ago. That exposed the security nature of our place. We are not safe. About 3 weeks ago, I heard of an alleged rape of a woman who was returning from the market. The last time I was there and I had to cross over to Burkina, I had to go with security. Some of my party executives were returning from a neighboring Burkina town, Dong, and they were robbed. And they had to lie flat on their tummies for nearly 5 hours. When that death of Malik Nabi, the chief butcher, happened, I was the one that petitioned His Excellency, President John Dramani Mahama, through the district chief executive. And that petition was signed by over 500 people. We presented the petition to the Honorable DC Johnson Sabo, through to the regional minister, to the president.
Thank you very much. Haji, I see that you are shaking your head vehemently. You are allowed 1 minute to rebut or respond to that.
Yeah, my response is that he's saying that the security situation is too bad. That is not true. Why am I saying it's not true? If you go there right now, these issues he's mentioning are bound to happen. It's one out of 10.
One death is one too many.
I understand very well. But then, where credit lies, let's give to them. The security people are doing their own bit. When you go to the Tumu Leo Road, you will find the immigration officers.
30 seconds
yes,
more.
The immigration officers are there. The policemen are there. They are mounting surveillance on the road. They are always doing patrol works. So that is what I have to say.
Redwan, do you share these sentiments?
I share the sentiments. We have a serious problem in line with security. From Bolga to Tumu, there's no any police post from Bolga to Tumu. And that's about 100 and something kilometers.
Tumu is one of the most developed towns in the
there's no police post between this stretch. From Wa to, from Tumu to Wa, the only police post you can see is in Jeffisi, which is also far from Tumu. So I think the security situation need to be looked at again. Currently, as we speak, at times the police go on patrols with a motorbike. The other thing is the road network is bad, and if you are driving on these roads, the rate at which your life is in danger is high. For instance, between Tumu and Kasana, the road network is so bad. Tumu, Burkina Faso, Leo, very bad. Tumu, Como, very bad. So if you look at the road network, it's bad, and this makes us centered to armed robbery and other things.
Thank you, Redwan. Your main question, we will come to infrastructure. Your main question, I noticed that there were common denominators in your thematic areas, in your areas of concern. One of them is agriculture, because indeed the local economy of the constituency is mainly agrarian. We have agriculture-related activities actually employing a large chunk of the population. But I also know that farming is done a lot, on a subsistence level. What plans do you have in place to ensure that you can boost commercial farming, considering the vegetation augurs well for the production of cereal, maize, sorghum, cowpeas, groundnuts, etc.?
Yeah, from the
you have 2 minutes.
Yeah, from the World Bank report, we have only 2 agri extension officers in the Sissala East constituency.
Only two
agri extension officers, and 80% of our people are farmers. And per the World Bank ratio, it's supposed to be 1 extension officer to 5,000 workers. But as we speak today, we have 1 extension agri officer to about 30,000 farmers.
What plans you have to, in place to solve that deficiency?
We have our students who are in agric institutions. What I think I can do to support them is to give them scholarships so that at the end of the day, they come back to serve the district. Currently, as we speak, the 2 agric extension officers don't even have means of transport. They do this on motorbikes. Recently, this fertilizer subsidy that came into the system, you won't believe it. People have to travel all the way from Como to Tumo motorbikes to take this, coupons. And I think it's worrying.
How do you intend funding the scholarship scheme?
From my common fund, I think every year I should be able to, on the long term, every year I should be able to sponsor 2 or 3 students to go to school. Then on the short term, we should be able to procure the necessary logistic for the agric extension officers to be able to go to the field to do their work.
Kasim, still on agriculture. I know that the vegetation, in fact, of the constituency falls within the Guinea savanna vegetation. So you're blessed with a lot of, economically potential trees, fire-resistant trees like baobab, like dawa, like shea nut. I'm wondering what plans you have, in place to boost commercial production, for instance, in shea nut production, so that we can, look at exporting and then also supplementing the local industry, the local cosmetic industry.
Thank you. Before I come to that, I'd like to highlight on one major thing my predecessor, Most Honorable Moses Daneba, did when he was the MP.
All in 2 minutes.
Yes, especially on the security. When one of those deaths occurred, he rose on the floor of Parliament and spoke about it. And that threw the spotlight on the Sissala East and what our situation was. But this is my opponent who is seated here. For the past 4 years that she has been there, several deaths have occurred. I can't count them, but there is no instance that she stood on the floor of Parliament to comment on it. And that for me is worrying. Our people want an MP who can stand on the floor of Parliament and raise the issues that bother us.
You mean she's not vocal enough to represent
No, there
the
is no time
constituency?
I have either seen her on the floor of Parliament talking or either heard from someone that she's made a comment in Parliament as far as our security and any other issue in the Sissala is concerned.
She may not necessarily be vocal in Parliament, but she can also lobby for powers to do something about the security situation.
If you are lobbying, I can't say she's not lobbying or she's lobbying. What I know for sure is that lobbying alone is not enough. You lobby when you have put the spotlight on the issue for people to come to your aid. There's no guarantee of lobbying. Everybody will say you lobby. You lobby who for what? When the fellow doesn't know what your situation is. And now, before I come to the education,
you have just a minute now.
Our farmers are powerless in a sense that they don't have access to high yielding improved seeds. They can't afford insecticides, pesticides, and fertilizers. The farmer in the Sissala is the only person who buys everything at retail and sells his or her products at wholesale. What I will do if I have the opportunity, which I trust the people of Sissala East will give me, is that through my hard work with my NGO Save Ghana, I have created nearly 75 women cooperatives. And I have been working with them. The last time I was in the constituency, I donated 5,000 Ghana cedis to them to support their operations. These cooperatives have been graduated and we have a credit union. They have mobilized about 50,000 Ghana cedis. As seed capital, they will give out as loans. I will use these cooperatives, to propel the change we have. I have also, over the years, linked these cooperatives who are engaged in farming, channel picking, and processing, and they have supplied quality butter and improved nuts to AAK and other companies.
Thank you very much. Now, Haja, to you, still under agriculture. Generally, the rainfall pattern in the constituency, in fact, in the region is quite low. You have one rainy season from May to September or October. And so usually there are protracted periods of drought, which threatens food security. I want to know, since you took up the seat, have you implemented any major irrigation facilities?
Thank you very much. Before I answer the agriculture issue, I will want to...
You have a minute to rebut.
Yes, to rebut on what Kingsley said about me not being vocal on the floor of the House. My sister, being in Parliament is not about being vocal. It is about what you can do for your people. I write letters to ministries and request for things for the people. I have with me
That's a brochure?
Yes, a brochure here that I have requested for an government project. It is cited in Wallumbele. I have requested for a senior high. It is in Wallumbele. I have written letters to GIFIC for a telecommunication network. They have gone to sites Ugantu, Nablo, Sakai, to give them
10 seconds.
Yes, the telephone masses. It is not about just getting up and saying that my people don't have network, we don't have senior high. No, that is not the issue. Once you lobby, lobbying is the issue. You should be able to lobby and get the facilities to your
now
people.
On to the question
that is
on
most
agriculture,
important.
irrigation
Now
facilities.
on agriculture irrigation, for example, I have also been able to help some communities to do dugouts so that they will be able to farm in the dry season. Yes, and Nabulo, Sakalu, if you go there and then Vamboy, you will see some works going on there. These are some of the things we do in Parliament, and the constituents will attest to it that yes, I have also done that. In terms of agriculture, to just 1 minute.
No, Haja.
Okay,
10 seconds.
30 seconds. Yes, I have also gotten the fisheries department to do fish harvesting for the people. You know what that means? Nutrition will be increased. At that level, the fish were harvested in 3 dams, Nabulo, Tasso, and then Pino.
Thank you. Thank you. Redwan, I don't know if you would want to respond to that, or if I can throw your main question to you.
Mentioned a secondary school being started in Walambale. I want to find out from the honorable member whether the last time she was there, because in the region there are several of those secondary schools.
Yes, well, you're actually taking me to my next question, which is on education. So thank you very much. Wishes to you. Reports indicate that well, the results from BEC and WASI are not satisfactory. I want to know, to what do you attribute the abysmal performance of students during these examinations? Redwan, since you started this.
Okay, I want to give you a breakdown of performance of BEC exams from 2004.
You have 2 minutes for everything.
Yes, when my honorable and when my sister became the MP in 2012, 757 students wrote the BEC exams, and only 41.3 passed the exams. In 2013,
only
41.3 passed. In 2013, 752 wrote the exams, 35 passed, and 35% passed. In 2014, 869 wrote.
Okay,
so
in percentage terms.
Yes, in percentage terms. So in 2015, 972 wrote exams and 22.63 passed.
Why do you think this is?
The year in, year out is reducing.
Yeah.
And it's as a result of, 1, the teachers are not being motivated. 2, when you go to some of the schools, the infrastructure is not there. As we speak today, when you go to Kulfo, students in class 1 are sitting on the floor. Students in class 1, they are sitting on the floor. You go to Common. I was there 2 days ago before coming for this program. The school has been rained off.
And your solution to this problem?
1, we need to motivate teachers, which have started last year and last year and this year. I donated an 32-inch LCD TV to be given to the best teacher in the district.
You have 30 seconds.
Yes. Quite apart from that, in terms of I've donated registers, logistics, and other stationery.
When did you make these donations?
At the Ghana Education Service.
When?
Just last week, and I've been doing
just this last week.
Yes,
and because it's a run up to the elections.
Yes, no, I've been doing this for the past 2-3 years.
Okay.
You can cross check.
Okay.
Yes, because last year I donated.
So it's not the first time.
It's not the first time. It's not the first time.
Just to be clear.
Yes. And
all right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Haji, I'm coming to you. I wish I could allow you to respond to that, but I'm coming to you.
Certainly.
No. This is to Haji, and then you get to respond.
No.
I'll be fair to you. Don't worry.
Right,
Haji, I'm seeing a document by the Action for Sustainable Development, which indicates that between 2013 and 2015, 111 girls of school-going age were impregnated. In fact, most worrying is that several of them were under 16, which makes this a case of defilement. As MP, how did you address this? And as a woman?
Thank you very much. Before I answer the substantive one,
all in 2 minutes.
Yes, I will do all in 2 minutes. My brother Ridwan was talking about infrastructural development not being there. As an MP, since I came for the last 3 years, I have been able to lobby 7 schools with 2 teachers' courtesies to the constituency so that the people will have a decent classroom block to study in. I have also distributed some school uniforms and then exercise books and then sandals to school children. When they are about to write the BEC...
Actually, you have less than a minute more.
Yeah, I also prepare some hot, decent meal for them because they have to move from their communities to the district capital.
How often do you do this?
I do it every year.
Okay.
Yeah, I do it every year.
All right.
And then with the issue of the
teenage pregnancy.
With the issue of the teenage pregnancy.
Under 16 years.
Yes, I have been in link with the GES Directorate and then the one in charge of girl child education to educate the children on teenage pregnancy. Some time back, I contracted Radio Radford to do some programs, educative programs on that.
Thank you very much. Canton, now your minute to respond to that and then your question.
All right.
Yeah.
In my response, first, when you talk about, she spoke about the issue of dugouts. I don't know where the dugouts have been.
Ashugat irrigation facilities.
No, there's nothing like that. I haven't seen anything. When my predecessor was there, he got Plan Ghana International NGO as well as Action Aid, and Plan Ghana alone they have set up about 8 or between 5 and 8 dams in the Sissala West Constituency. It used to be the Sissala Constituency. That's an example of a physical thing that you can verify for yourself. There is no non-existent dugouts anywhere that I'm aware of. And then my colleague mentioned about the fact that he started something 2 years ago.
Yes.
That entirely is incorrect to me. I've been an NGO person. I started a registered
and
charity.
You haven't gotten any hint of all
No, I have been working in the constituency
donations
for nearly 2 decades.
Okay.
The NGO you mentioned, Action for Sustainable Development, is
Yes.
an NGO I co-founded. Before I left that one to set up my NGO that nearly employs about 20 people. And now to my education. Since she took office, we have been in serious crisis as far as education is concerned. In 2012, the pass rate was 41%. 2013, 36%. 2014, 30%. And 2015, 23% more. That is terrible. Your guess is as good as mine as to where this is taking us to. Marriage, obviously, when they fail, the only option is marriage. And that is unacceptable. For me, marriage can wait.
That's child marriage.
Yes.
All against.
Yes.
Okay.
Education cannot. Education will liberate our youngest to make informed life choices. For me personally, I feel that a society. I have 2 minutes to make my point. A society, for me, a society that doesn't educate her children is like a man who only trains his one arm and is in trouble in a battle when the other arm is caught up. For me, my record, I've set up 4 libraries. I have restocked the Sissala Institute Library.
Project your NGO.
Yes, through my NGO in 2009, 2012, and 10. We set up the Gulu Library. Gulu, the Sissala West didn't have a library. It used to be the Sissala district. And 2010, we did Ping and then Walambele. These are my projects that I initiated. I slept in Kukrantumi to bring the first library that brought the project to Tumu. And then in that way. So what I will do as far as education is concerned is to make sure that we teachers are motivated. Recently, I brought children from Tasokul for students who lie on their best stomachs to write. That is unacceptable. I expose them to Parliament.
Thank you.
I want to take this opportunity to thank the people for coming, and I pray when I come back to the constituency.
I've given you so much time.
Some of the things that I will do to prepare. There's also a trend that is worrying. The young girls are bleaching. And that is unacceptable.
And this is all the time we have.
And it's unacceptable.
This is all the time we have.
I want to work to
now you're each going to look in your camera and address your constituents, perhaps in your local dialects. Let's start with you, Canton. Yes, ma'am. We have to go now.
Thank you very much. We've got a long way to go before the farmer can feed. We've got a long way to go before our market women will be secured. We've got a long way to go before the BEC warring trends can be reversed.
Wouldn't you want to do this?
I will do that. Don't worry. We've got a long way to go before the BEC can be reversed. We've got a long way to go before the youth who are unemployed can find decent jobs.
40 seconds.
There's one unique thing about the 2016 elections in Sissala East, and the unique thing is that the Sissala East only have one choice, and that choice is Kingsley Canton. Sissala ma jondo lapme na kema kaven. Mabara anga MP and wo nga tentanga kala masatama. Ma jondo lapme ma jan ben la misu school wa masapang pere o masapang. La wo kene kala ma jan len mo dolo masake NGO head jalam ma jan jira ba kala ba ko pemele ma kan Sissala East.
Thank you very much. Haja, your turn.
Thank you very much.
Just a minute.
I want to say that this is one of the dugouts that I have made. He said he hasn't seen. Anyway,
evidence.
It is not for him to see because he wouldn't see. He doesn't want to see, and so he would not see.
40 seconds.
And the community members have seen They know my efforts, they appreciate it, and they keep voting for me. We are na borre nambali Sissala tahana chan lolly no a lolly ridwan a lolly Kinsley abe bakoba contest berin who could December 7 in Sissala is me akogbaraba mo vote pan nambali and very matamara natama maka manara mo vote pan dumbra kama akamvala
Red one, you have a minute to do
Sissala bro ajaglo chwalanga chwalo maworong majama wori renga sume ka ara rini bene abaposia dira nga pepa posia me ngano ape ba posia me akan Sissala tanhawia ntwome majum we yuwa nga golle ka sa tanhare amwe nga soloma tamperere mebruleng asi ayuala tanha asku dira we mo harre parna we o mo harre indi bena lanfe we o mo harre nga soloma Thank
you very much. Another friendly handshake amongst you three. And on Plus 275 today, the Sissala East Constituency has been a focus. Haji Ali Jata Suleiman Adwente, incumbent MP with the NDC, Redwan Abbas Dawuda with the NPP, and Kingsley Canton Kasim with the PNC. Thank you, lady and gentlemen. I wish you all the best. You're watching Newday.